KW community, thank you so much for joining us live today from our store. We're so happy you guys are hanging in there with us, and today we have a very special guest, Tenina Holder. She is a cookbook author and a recipe developer, and she has been very kind to test out a few of our products in store. Sorry, not in store, products that are in our catalogue that are selling in store at the moment. Today we are doing Instant Pot. I guess if you guys are here, you've probably heard about at least an Instant Pot or definitely Tenina. So let us know what you've been cooking if you've already got a Instant Pot, and also let us know what you'd like to cook and what you've been cooking in general. Would be great to hear from you. So please welcome now Tenina and our Instant Pot, and she's going to be cooking some beautiful meals which she's going to tell you about now. Thanks.
Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. I hope you got to see what we did the other day, and if you didn't, I'm sure you'll be able to find it somewhere online. I've got two on the go today. So this one has already got a rice pudding in it, and it's a spiced rice pudding, so it's got some cloves, some cardamom seeds that we ground up with the sugar, and some cinnamon, and also vanilla, coconut cream, some water, and a risotto rice, because you want it to be nice and creamy. And then when that is finished, we will brulee. We'll put it into little pots and we'll brulee it with some sugar. So there's hardly any sugar in the actual rice pudding recipe itself. It's only when you open. The thing about the Instant Pot is set and forget, right? It's awesome. It's so easy. It kind of is amazing how easy it is. Oh, okay. No room. Onion. Where'd my onion go? I got onion. Somewhere. My onion and garlic. Where'd that go? Okay. Might be in a bag still. Sorry, guys. Yep. Okay. So we're going to just put everything in, including the aromatics. So there should be an onion in a bag somewhere. A red onion. Yeah, sorry. Don't know where that ended up. Thank you. So just a clove of garlic will be enough. You could put a couple in, it depends on how strong you like it. We're just sort of making a stock to cook the chicken in. Yay, thank you. So it can be pretty big and pretty rough, because the Instant Pot will kind of cook it down and make it really beautiful, and because it has, you know, a higher pressure. You could saute this all off first if you wanted to, so it's sort of up to you how you do it. If you wanted to saute in the pot, then you can preheat the pot, add a bit of oil and do it that way, or you can just do what I'm doing, which is throwing it all in and putting it all together at once. So just dice your onion up. Ian Curley would be horrified seeing me do this. Not doing a very good job, Ian, sorry. Okay, so just into the pot as well. And a chilli. We need a chilli. We're going to put a bit of cumin in, cumin powder. And I've got a chilli somewhere. A bit unorganised today. The chilli. Here we go. So chilli, you don't have to put the seeds in, you can just put in the chilli without the seeds if you don't like it too spicy. It's up to you. And we're also going to put in a little bit of coriander. And you can use the roots of the coriander for this part of the soup if you wanted to. So we're making just a really nice thick sort of broth. This is chicken thigh that has been cut into pieces. There's actually 3 chicken thighs here and they're pretty big. So I'm going to put them all in because we've got hungry people here. Just like that, done. And then I've homemade some stock. And this is it here. So I'm using a whole litre of chicken stock. But you can home make your stock if you want to. You could use water, as long as you put lots of other flavour in there, like pepper and salt and all that sort of stuff. It's probably a bit nicer chicken stock though. And then a little bit of salt, 2 good pinches of pink salt flakes, and I think that's it. And then we're going to add lots of things at the end. So we've just got to get this cooking. There's several settings on the Instant Pot. So you seal it, you seal the top part, you've got to seal the little vent, and then we're choosing poultry, which is here. So it's going to take 15 minutes. Oops, I went the wrong way. And now it should go. Go. There we go. So it's on and started. Yeah? I hope. Yeah, it says we're on. So then once you seal the vent at the back, then you won't get any spray out. You have to seal that so that it seals the whole environment. And that's what's really great about the Instant Pot. It seals in all the flavour, and everything that you've put in there will be really delicious. So I'm just going to quickly clean this up. Are there any questions yet?
This is one I can answer. Someone was asking about accessories. We actually sell, is it 2 or 3 sizes? 2 sizes in these pots, and we sell them obviously at Kitchen Warehouse. We don't have accessories that we know of, but we'll certainly look into getting some if there's some good ones around.
What sort of accessories? Don't know. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is sort of like a pho, but it's Mexican. Poor Vietnam, they're probably not thrilled with that idea, but so it's a very brothy sort of liquid soup with some chunks through it, and then what we're going to do is put a lot of fresh ingredients through it, herbs and some cabbage and avocado. We're actually going to char some corn kernels, corn on the cob. I'm going to show you how to do that. So make sure you don't fully peel your corn cob. You want to hang on to it. You've got to create a handle for yourself to hang on to. It's all coming off. Okay, so then you're gonna hold this part, okay, the wet sort of part over the flame, and then you do have to have a flame for this. Clearly you can't do it on an electric hob. Go that way. Can you see? You guys see all right? Yeah. Now, this is new to me. Is that it? Joe, come and help me. Takes 1, takes 2.
Okay.
So, ready? Okay. This is the right one.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, we did test it before
Yeah,
it worked.
there we
Woo!
go. Okay. So once you've got your flame going, make sure you've got some tongs handy as well, which I did have, and they've gone. They're probably in the sink. And then you're just going to put that literally into the flame. It's going to start spinning and popping like popcorn, but that's okay. We want that. There we go. Bit of drama, bit of theatre in the kitchen for you.
Oh. There's your tongs.
Cool. And then just use the green part, the husk, to turn it over. And you want to get that nice charred look all the way through the corn. You can do this on a barbecue actually. It's probably a little bit safer than doing this. We've taken the rack off the burner, you can see that. And you can see how it's changing colour, and that's just sweetening up the corn as the heat gets to the corn, so all the sugars are coming out. I'm just going to stand back. So any questions on this one? You're going to do this. This is fun. This is the fun part of the soup. So is this going? This one's going?
Yes. So
Okay, can't see. All good?
I thought I'll just give Tenina the heads up, because we are not only getting her to test out our equipment, but we're getting her to do it blindfolded because she can't see the front. So the brulee has 10 minutes left, the rice pudding, and the one on this side has on. It's on.
It heats up and then it'll start the timer going down once it goes. So we've got longer than 15 minutes, guys. So I hope you've got lots of questions because, you know, seriously. How long can I char corn? 5 minutes. Oh. Okay. Any questions? No? I just stunned you all into silence.
So you said you can do this on the barbecue as well, like They do streets of Mexico on the barbecue.
And they serve it with it's called elote, and then they serve it with some like mayonnaise with some cheese, some fresh cheese and some herbs and chili flakes, and oh, it's just delicious. And it smells amazing. You can smell it as you're walking around.
Have you been to Mexico?
I have, yes. I do foodie trips actually, so I take foodie trips away 3 times a year, and Mexico's sort of on my hit list, but it's just so far, you know, for people to commit to a week down in Mexico, but we might get there, you never know, if the borders ever reopen. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to say that's done. So now what we need to do is cut those off the cob. Here's my bowls. Here we go. So the easiest way to do it, rather than down, which is what a lot of people do, I see them do, is to do it, keep it laying down flat and just do it like this. Because otherwise it kind of goes everywhere, as it goes everywhere, as I tell you. There we go. And this is just to go in the soup as well, just to give a bit of extra colour and texture. There we go. If you go like that, it kind of goes flying, okay? And you end up with it all over the kitchen or the shop, depending on where you are at the time. So there we go, done. All right.
So just so our guests online know, these are the 5.7 Instant Pots. 5.7, and we also sell the 8 litre, which
To be honest,
is the one on the right, yes.
these are huge. I mean, unless you've got a family of 4 hungry children, I suppose, you know, which is obviously a good idea if you want to do a lot of stuff, feed a lot of people. But this is actually a really good size. It's really big. And of course you can cook less. So getting a bigger one's not a terrible idea, because you can cook less in, you know, less volume. You can still cook the same recipes with less volume. So I guess doing that's not a bad idea. So the other thing we're going to do, we've got our shredded cabbage here. So this is just a really nice fresh way to have a big soup to feed a lot of people. You can have any kind of veggies that the kids will eat, essentially, you can put into this soup. I'm just going to wipe that. You can do anything fresh and crunchy, will always work for you. So we're going to put in some capsicum. You could use red, yellow, green. And we're using avocado. We're going to also serve it with some corn chips. I don't think this has started yet. Lots of herbs, lots of green herbs is lovely, and just gives you that freshness. So if you're going to do other soups of a similar nature in the Instant Pot, it's really, really easy to do the same sort of thing. You just cook up a broth that suits you. If you do bone broths, this is what I use my Instant Pot for, is bone broths actually. So if you're into bone broths, which are really super great for your immunity, especially through the winter, it's awesome. You just put it all in and leave it, and just when it's done, it's done. Add the salt, add the flavourings that you like, and you're ready to go. So, okay, how long have we got left on this one? Right, 5?
So 5 minutes. Just so everyone knows too, just for a bit of background, the Instant Pot can pressure cook. It's a saute pan, yogurt. It can warm the food up, and it's also a slow cooker. A couple of people have been asking that, so it's pretty multifunctional.
Yeah, I use it as a slow cooker actually quite a lot. My one as well. So yeah, there's so many things you can use it for. It's a really great one pot fits all. So. And I love the fact that you just set it and leave it and, you know, go and do your thing and come back and dinner's ready, which is always great for mums.
Great. And so there's 5 minutes left on the rice. I keep calling it rice pudding. What are we calling it? Yeah.
Spiced rice pudding. It's got cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, some little bit of sugar, like just not much sugar because we're going to brulee it just to make it a bit special. And it is it's risotto rice. and it's got coconut cream, so it's dairy-free, coconut cream and water in it just to cook it. And it's a very low ratio, so you need to follow the recipe. Like lots of liquid to not much rice. And then it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it. Where the sugar is coming from is when we brulee, we put the sugar on top and brulee, and then you'll see that there's sugar. And we're serving it with some toasted almonds on top as well. And we did it the other day and everyone was pretty thrilled by it. It didn't last long, so that's a good sign.
And tell us what you're cooking for the savoury dish today.
So Mexican tortilla soup, and I'm just chopping up all the fresh components. So we'll have a bowl, I'll put all the fresh stuff in and then pour the hot soup over the top. So this has got chicken, cumin, coriander, garlic, onion, stock, salt. That's about it. So super simple. Chili, there's a chili in there too. Yeah. Any questions?
And just what's happening with the chicken one now? Just so the guests.
At the moment, it hasn't started. So it's preheating. It's heating up, and then as soon as it hits the correct temperature, it'll just start, and it'll take the 15 minutes. And that's pretty quick, really, because the longest time's the heating up time, really. So if we were, in a home setting, you just set it and go do other stuff and come back when it's done. Get the kids chopping up the veggies and then you're ready. You could serve this with some grated cheese, some sour cream if they really like all that stuff. We haven't done that today. We're going to put some fresh lime juice in to the soup mixture as well. And yeah, it's just so easy.
Where are those limes from? They look like homegrown ones.
Homegrown. Aren't they beautiful? Look at them. And they smell so amazing. So yeah, they're homegrown from my sister. Thanks, Gary. How's this going? It's looking good?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. So I'll just pull this over here. Just going to show.
So Sabrina's asking, could the chicken be left out for a vegetarian version?
Totally, yeah, completely. Just in fact, what you need to do is maybe put in something that is quite umami flavoured though. So use a really, really deep, rich vegetable stock, because otherwise it wouldn't have much going on for it. So don't just use water, but yeah, just make a really nice veggie stock and off you go. Beautiful, be really, really nice. Any other questions?
Did I mention that it was a rice cooker before? I don't think I did, because I didn't have it on my list, but it is a rice cooker. There's a person on Facebook asking if it's a rice cooker as well, and it is.
Yeah, awesome. It would do a lot of rice too. Okay, I'm just going to bring the puddings over for when we're ready for that. So what we're going to do is have some little dishes here, and we'll put the rice pudding into that. I've got the roasted, so I slow roasted these almonds. I'm just going to wipe that bench. Just going to get that off so we don't confuse you with corn and rice at the same time. So this is our almonds here. They were slow roasted for about 35 minutes at 160, and that the effect of that is that it makes them super crunchy, and they're a lot. They'll stay crunchy longer than if you do a quick roast. So I usually do 10 minutes at. Yay! Okay, I've got to unseal this. So I'm going to use a cloth. You ready? Ready for the drama here? So I am using a cloth to unseal it, because otherwise we'll have a spray. So you need to either let it unseal by itself, which it does do. So over time it will release the pressure. But we're just hurrying it up. So I'm just putting a cloth on top of it. I don't know if that's legal in terms of what it says, but anyway. Read your instruction book at all times. Okay. And then I'm going to put some sugar on this. I just need a spoon, guys.
Also, there's a website for Instant Pot too, and lots of people. Yes.
And there's actually an app as well, and that's got heaps of recipes on it, like thousands of recipes. So yeah. So this is doing its thing now. We're going. I can see. It's going going to seal it. It is sealed. Hasn't started counting down, so wish me luck. The chicken is so tender out of here, it's amazing. Yeah.
Smell it.
Yeah. I hope it's that and not that. Yeah.
I'm going to have to stand close to your microphone. Just so people are asking about the trivet. The trivet does actually come with the Instant Pot that you buy. That is one piece that comes with it.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you can
and
put a
it's
chicken in and not get a soggy bottom, because no one likes a soggy bottom. Just saying. Okay, let's see if we can, I'm going to turn this around just for my own sake, guys, sorry. Ooh, it's very hot. Okay, so I want to have a look
So
at
it's
this.
doing a little bit of a countdown.
Oh, is
I
it?
think, or it just went to 2. Does that mean it's
I think it's more, yeah, it's cooling over time. It'll count up
Yes,
rather than
yes.
down. Yeah. So I'm just going to give it a quick stir. And I've got orange zest and lemon zest in here actually, which I forgot to mention. So there's little orange flecks. There we go. This is now counting. I've only got 15 minutes to go. Okay, so I'm going to get some of this and put it in a... It's just very fluffy rice pudding. And you can see the vanilla seeds as well as the cardamom seeds and the orange and the lemon zest. So just put it into some pots, some little ramekins that are heat proof. Okay. You can eat it just like that actually. You don't need to do this part. This is just because it's fun. And if you do have it like this without doing the brulee, you need to put a little bit more sugar in it because it's literally like 50 grams to a whole lot of rice pudding. Okay. So now you put a really quite a generous layer of sugar on top of this pudding until you can't see any of the rice. And it needs to be caster sugar actually because of the melting point. So if you put a raw sugar on here, it won't melt with the flame and you need it to do that. And then you get your flamethrower. So these guys have kitchen torches here at Kitchen Warehouse. Some are better than others. Make sure you've got enough fuel in there. Oh, this is, always have a problem with this. There we go. And then off you go. And just brulee up the sugar until it melts, but don't burn it. So you might want to, I'll have to turn it down a bit. But you don't want any grit. So you want sort of like a toffee, not a grittiness. So you're literally melting all of the sugar until it forms a crust. And high and fast is better than slow and low. And a little bit of burn's good because that's what it means. Brulee is burnt. And I'm sticking to that story. French for burn. Okay, that's done pretty well. And we're done. And then just a few of the nuts on top. And if you put it in while it's still bubbling, they'll sort of stick once the sugar sets hard. So obviously don't eat it at this point because it's, you know, hotter than the sun. We should have got a spoon out so I can tap a little one. In here? Okay. Oh no. Are there any questions? No, you can't tell me anyway. Oh, gee, okay. Is that sealed? Yeah, that's sealed. Okay. We've still got 12 minutes to go on the soup, guys, so you're going to have to come up with some questions for me. What do you say? Oh, is there? Under here? We always seem to have problems with spoons. Here we go. So let me listen. Still too hot to touch. No, it hasn't hardened up yet. So we've got to let it go cold and it hardens up. The crust will harden up, the brulee. Okay, so now I have to have questions because I've got nothing to do.
Okay. Who's got some questions? So there's a lot of talk about whether it's a pressure cooker. So just to remind people, pressure cooker, saute pan, yogurt, food warmer, slow cooker, rice cooker.
Pressure cooking is fast and hard and will probably shred any protein that you put in there, like in one hit, because it sends the heat through it so quickly and the pressure through it. So that's different to what we're doing here. We're literally cooking a soup. In 15 minutes the chicken will just fall apart and be beautiful and tender, and all the flavours will have gone together because it's sealed, and be quite a lovely way to cook something that you want to have a lot of flavour in. A rice cooker, obviously, a slow cooker would probably be the same as for the yogurt, but you don't have to think about it. You just literally follow the settings on the front. It'll do the preheating for you, and you just hit the appropriate setting and off you go. You'd have to put your yogurt into jars and stuff and have it in there. You wouldn't have it just in the pot by itself. If anyone wants to make their own yogurt, it's pretty fun actually. Once you've made yogurt, it's kind of a bit addictive because you can get lots and lots of different results with different recipes and quantities and so on. So it's kind of a fun thing to do.
One thing I did for the latest catalogue was I used the saute to brown the meat like I would in like a Le Creuset or something like that. This, I did the chicken like with thyme and lemon and sauteed it, and then did kind of what you're doing now and did it, and it was 8 minutes for chicken, and it was fully cooked through.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I know if you're in a hurry, like we've all slowed down a notch, let's admit it, in the last few months. But if you are in a hurry, as life kind of gets back to some sort of normal, hopefully, this is just the perfect midweek appliance to have on your bench, because you're just going to have something great that's made from scratch very quickly, and that's delicious, and you know what's in it. So it's a perfect thing for families when you're on the run, and when all those sports training nights come back and all that stuff. You're going to love it. It's a really good thing to have. It's a perfect Mother's Day gift. Maybe. I don't know if I like getting appliances for Mother's Day. Depends on what it is. But it is a great gift. And, once you've got one, it's kind of that kind of thing that you'll start using a lot. I've got a different brand than this one, and I've only just been playing with this one because I'm road testing for Kitchen Warehouse. And, I did it again. And so, this is, I like this because it's got it just tells you which button to push based on what it is you're making.
I can smell the sugar. What's going on with it?
This one? So it's all done. I can hear it's ready to crack.
It's cracking?
Yeah. But it's still hot. It's still too hot. So it needs to cool down. You'd actually normally chill this a little bit, but it's nice to have the rice pudding hot still, in my opinion. But, up to you. We had them totally cold the other day because we tested and then we took photos and so on. So, yeah. Okay, I might just chop up my avocado because we've only got 8 minutes. I'm very good at talking, but gee, these are still too hot to touch. So I'm just going to move that forward.
So tell us about, was there any other things that were of interest that you, like desserts and things like that, or?
I've got actually a slow cooker cookbook, an ebook, which is using an Instant Pot, quite a lot of those recipes. And we did like a raspberry brownie, so like a raspberry brownie pudding. So we put all the raspberries in the bottom and then the batter on top. And I think that took about 8 minutes from start to finish. So it was pretty yummy. This is last year, and I can't actually remember everything, but we had that. We did little jar lemon cheesecake. So we had the jars, little mason jars, and put them into like a water bath inside the slow cooker, and they came out and looked really, really cute. And that was a steamed cheesecake or a water bath cheesecake. The sky's the limit, really. You've just got to have the app with all the recipe ideas on, and then take those recipe ideas and go large. Choose, get creative, because you kind of can't go wrong, because it's just set and forget, like I keep saying. So it's pretty awesome.
How's everyone going for sound? Can they hear us? It's quite busy in store today. It's getting really back to business, that's for sure. It's busy. Everyone's obviously cooking. If anyone has an Instant Pot, there's a few of you commenting out there. Why don't you tell us what you love cooking in it? And you know, let everyone else know. Yeah.
While we're waiting for someone to respond, I'm just going to put some avocado in this bowl. You probably wouldn't use a whole half per serving, but I'm just going to put that all in. Wash my hands. And then we've got our cabbage. Got our shredded cabbage. You can use any cabbage for this. And the hot liquid will actually help cook the cabbage down a bit, so it's quite yummy. Some tomatoes, just all the different coloured heirloom tomatoes. And then our capsicum, I've got a little bit of red onion there, just for colour. And then our charred corn kernels. So we're ready for our soup. The soup's just not ready for us. Sorry. And then at the very end, we'll put on some herbs, which is just some coriander and spring onions. But you could have oregano, you could have any herbs that you like. If you don't like coriander, don't put it in, just put something else in. And then I've also got some corn chips here. Should have opened these. Who knew? And then I don't put these in the bowl of soup, clearly, because, you know, just have them on the side. And I'm telling you, the kids will love this. It's a interactive dinner, very tasty, and 15 minutes once it heats up.
So there's 4 minutes left on the Mexican soup. I just thought I'd let people know, there's a few people asking about the price. The 5.7 litre is $2.29 at the moment. They do sell out fast, and the 8 litre is $2.69 at the moment. You can go online or in stores, have them in our latest Mother's Day catalogue as well. And obviously, online we have them at the moment if you want to get them delivered to your door. The other question, which someone was asking about pressure cookers, we do sell on our website all the different seals for all the different brands. So pop online and just look for a search of the brand that you've got. But we do have many different bits and pieces that go on pressure cookers, all the accessories, all the replacement parts.
Okay, the countdown's on. Down to 3.
Jenny is asking, does she need one, Tenina? Obviously, she knows you. Do you know Jenny Reid?
Jenny Reid, don't you have one already? I'd be very surprised if you don't, young lady.
We did have a quick question because obviously you've got a lot of Thermomix followers, but can you point out any particular differences that you know? Obviously, the price point is different.
Right in the middle.
Okay, yes.
The Thermomix has a 2.5 litre capacity. This is, what's this one?
5.7.
Yeah, 5.7, and then the big one is what?
8 litres.
Yeah, like, you know, that's a standout. I do, like I said, I've got a recipe which is thermo go slower, which is like start your prep in the thermo and then finish off in here. So that, you know, all this chopping business that I did today, just, you know, use your Thermomix. So there's like countless recipes really that you can still do in this. And it depends on how many you're feeding, like, you know. For my money, if you've got a big family, this is a no-brainer because you do just set and go. So set and wait. Another question?
There's people just commenting on what they like to cook. Amanda loves to do a throw it all in style stew, and then the leftovers can be used to make pies. Chicken thighs in white sauce, so white wine and creamy lemon and garlic. And then we also have dal, and there's curries that people... Yeah, dal would be amazing.
The slow cooked one would just be amazing in there. Beautiful idea.
So Marissa was saying it seems much larger than her Thermomix, and that's what she would be interested in. Obviously the price point's different, so there's room for both.
Yeah, like it's a different appliance completely in that regard. And you can, you know, for winter especially, I think this is just really wonderful. And if you do want to do bone broths and things like that through the winter, this is just quick, you know, and big. It's large capacity, which is fantastic. Okay, 1 minute. Countdown's on. We've done well, haven't we? I've talked my way through at least an hour's worth of kind of nothing. Just letting it do its thing. So, fabulous. Do you want to try these? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, nice and toffee on the top. Look at that toffee. Can you see that? That piece of toffee? Shall I do it in public? Oh, it's so yummy. Okay.
The second one's got my name on it, boys. Oh, we've got some beeping.
Okay, so now I have to either let it cool down, like I said, or cover it while I vent. Look, I don't like venting it open.
There's a spoon that comes with it. Someone told us there's a spoon that comes with it that's what it's for. There you go, we learned something.
That's fabulous. Now I know.
It's got a special...
Yeah.
A special bit on the end is for that purpose exactly.
Thank you very much, whoever that was. Brilliant. There's someone that reads the book. Yeah.
The instructions are actually pretty good. I Googled fastest chicken thigh recipe because I needed it for the photo shoot, and then just quickly read the instructions, and you know, in a couple of minutes you kind of worked it out. Obviously the more you read the better, but they're pretty concise, so
they're not hard to figure out. They're just, you know, you should read the book. I apologise. Okay, I just have to let this cool down a little bit before I take that away, and then we'll open the lid. Yeah, it's just too hot still. And then we're going to just add in some lime juice, and then that's it, we're done. And I'm... Yeah, have you got a ladle?
Yep.
Oh, we could use this, I guess. Oh, a ladle's better, probably, yeah. Yeah. So much stuff down here.
yeah.
The treasure trove.
Wow. There was one in here the other day.
That'll, I might use this.
Yes.
Or this. Here we go. This will be easy. Okay. Wow. The spoon, huh? Who knew? All right, I'm going to try, see if it'll open. Nope, not yet. So that's really, really sealed right now because there's so much heat built up in there. But that's what creates the heat, obviously, the cooking is the seal.
So it's on the, it was on the count, yeah, and it says lid now.
So there
It
you
smells
go.
amazing in here as soon as you take the pressure off.
Okay, so I'd like to show you the soup, guys. Can I tip it forward a little bit? It's very unappealing right now, but the taste is quite amazing. And it's really what you do with it with the rest of the bowl and everything. So, can you see that? All right, so now I'm going to just... And this is really a small amount compared to the capacity of this bowl. So you just get some, ladle it on. That hot soup will cook, or the liquid will cook, not really cook, but slightly cook the cabbage and the veggies. Just take sort of the crunch off. And that's it. So you can imagine doing this with pho or with any other sort of flavours that you feel like, oh, I forgot to put the juice in. Okay, well that's me. A bit of juice on it, that'll help. And then the herbs just go on as well. Lots of herbs. And that, my friends, is dinner or lunch for a few days because it makes quite a lot, like I said. So just push that forward for you.
Let's do a close-up on that.
Yeah, how do you like that? Anyone going to make that?
Can you see? Yep.
That's it, Joe.
That is it.
Gunsky.
Have we got any more questions there, just for the last couple of minutes? We've done them all, I think, for the moment. And any other technical ones we can answer later. Just keep posting them. Obviously, this will be appearing on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, recorded version as well. So this is the live, and then you'll be able to see it in the next days and weeks as well. If you want to recap, please feel free to ask some more questions. And we've got lunch sorted, so we're excited, and dessert. And thank you so much for coming along.
Welcome.
And yeah, keep letting us know what you're cooking with your Instant Pot. And obviously, we've got them in stock at the moment. So if you need one, we have them. So.
What other appliances do they want to see? That'd be nice to know.
Yeah, can you let us know what other appliances you would like to see as well?
What would you want me to road test?
Yeah. What else can we road test? Let us know. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Thank you for joining us. See you later.
Bye.